Yes, thank you so much. Check 1, 2. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Aya, thank you so much Murarirwa DJ Nan. Ndio wako tuned. DJ Profex, Drophex, karibu sana. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. As I had told you yesterday, and as it was, today we are going to be live here talking about investments. But even before I continue with all that, kwanza niwasalimu sana. It has been long since we talked, we had a conversation, and I believe you've been okay. So just comment hapo chini uniambie whether you are okay. I'm going to read all your comments, and then from there uniambie whether the sound is very clear, kama kuna kitu ungetaka to we tune in and all that. And then from there, today we are celebrating now all the DJs. So every DJ who is tuned in, happy International DJs Day. Remember, this is your hustle. Chapa hustle, and we so much respect you people. I being one of them. So I start by myself, and I appreciate all the rest of the DJs, DJ Dropfex, DJ Giant, and all the DJs. Mko wengi sana kwa list. Shukran. Thank you. Now, today we are going now to have a discussion concerning now investments, and not only investments in that manner, but to be precise, let's talk about properties. When you talk about properties, we are talking about maybe in the land, when you want to invest in land, when you want to invest in any sort of any other property that it relates now to land and all that. So that's what we want to discuss today. Any query that you might be having, that's what we are going to clear out. So be there, stay tuned, and ask all the questions that you might be having. So with me in studio, mimi siwezi maneno yote ya kushinda nikielezea mambo na mashamba inaweza kuwa a bit tricky. That's why I now researched, nikazunguka, nikaenda kila mahali until I got someone who is very much okay in this field, someone who has been in the field, someone who has been dealing now with lands, with properties, with houses, and all that, at least ili aweze kutuelezea the state of property investment up to where we are, where it came from, and all sort of things. So please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my guest to in studio, none other than Mr. Joel from Enjoy Properties. How are you, my senior?
Yes, how are you?
Uko salama?
Niko salama
kabisa. Kabisa?
Yes.
I hope your mic yako iko on.
Iko.
Volume please. Sauti iko chini. Let me see. I hope right now the volume is very much okay. We are in. Thank you so much. Sorry. That my sasa iko sawa. So Mr. Joel, I hope yako iko sawa. I hope yako iko on.
Iko sawa.
Iko sawa, eh? Thank you. So the only thing that nitakuomba tafadhali, utaongezea kasauti kidogo. Today we don't have the amplifier. We're just doing it the manual way, but I believe iko sawa.
Sawa.
So please introduce yourself now to our viewers. Then from there uambie wewe ni nani and who you are generally. Na utaanzia sasa kwa kuwasalimia.
Good. Thank you. My name is Joel Mwangi, and I greet you. Habari zenu. So as I've said, my name is Joel Mwangi. I am the director, Enjoy Properties. we deal with property, basically the real estate industry.
Okay.
Property sales, property management,
Uh-huh.
and the likes.
Uh-huh.
So karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we've talked about uh, you've talked about, bado naona nikiambiwa mambo na sauti. I really don't know what is happening now with my sound, but I believe my sound is very much okay, unless now someone tells me otherwise. Let me see. Yeah, my sound is okay. Thank you. So now let's talk about the lands. You've talked about Enjoy Properties,
Yes.
and you said no, you're director.
Yes.
Enjoy Properties. For how long have you been into the the issue of real estates and all that?
All right. Thank you. I've been in the real estate industry for quite some time now. I started in the year 2012.
2012.
So
those are
basically, we are talking about
11
10
years.
plus years. Yes.
Hey.
So we have been around
Okay.
doing everything real estate,
Uh-huh.
property sales and management,
Uh-huh.
and all of those things.
So now, when you're talking of real estates, generally, what do we talk about?
Real estate in our context, we are talking about undeveloped properties. Those are plots for sale, as we know them out here. We are talking about houses. Those are the developed ones. Then we are talking about management, the rental units, and the rent collection, the maintenance, the feeding of tenants, which basically all that comprises what we call the property management package.
Okay.
So in our context, that is what real estate is. Yes.
So now, of late, we've been having these issues of people being concerned about kununua hewa, and I believe that has been one of the greatest fears in the real estates.
Yes.
You being into it, but even before we come to that, is there any history that you can be able now to give us yenye ilifanya sasa tufike to where we are in terms of real estates?
Now, as you are saying correctly, real estate has its own challenges.
Okay.
And just like any other business, we are saying that people are coming in to provide a solution to a certain problem.
Okay.
So real estate basically, as we know it today, has developed over time. I remember maybe sometimes when for example, some companies that were doing the same things we are doing today, maybe in the early 1990s and 80s, they were doing it a bit different because they were trying to do plots that can eventually develop into commercial centers. So they were doing subdivision of plots. They had RADs. Those individuals had RADs for farming and all that, and the residential use. But now they were coming into commercial areas to develop, subdivide RAD and sell plots for development of commercial properties. So over time, you have realized that we moved from companies to individuals. So individuals all over are subdividing properties for sale. It turned from businesses, companies, to individuals. Now what we are saying is it became a business for every other person to do. And with it, when that industry became liberalized, anybody can get into it. Then now the issues of fraud, as you say, kununua hewa, and all those problems came in. But all said and done, there are still businesses, companies which are still doing legit business, and that should not be a bother to all of us as investors. You need to be careful and to understand where we are coming from, who you are investing with, and then you'll be safe in terms of your investment.
I believe I really don't understand why. Before even continue, I don't know what is happening to my sound. Na kila mtu ananiambia I'll check on my volume. And mimi nikiangalia from this side naona ikiwa sawa. Let me see. Uh-huh. Because I can see that the volume is a bit okay. I really don't understand how, but if it continues in that way, let me see. Let me see what I'll do to it uh, for a short while. So now, um, we are here now to offer now a solution in reference now to our main topic.
Yes.
That is, to clear all those doubts about kununua hewa na kila kitu. And I believe the reason as to why now maybe, or else, even before I go now to what I believe, why do you think people get now to kununua hiyo hewa?
Okay, people get into those problems because of certain factors.
Uh-huh.
One among them is overconfidence.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people think they know,
Uh-huh.
yet
Uh-huh.
the people they are meeting out there know better. So tunasema unajifanya
Juaji. Uh-huh.
So when you get into that position, you find somebody else who also has been in this business for quite some time and they know the tricks,
Mhm.
they know the do and don'ts.
Mhm.
So they will actually lure you into their scheme
Mhm.
and end up defrauding you. Finally you realize umenunua hewa yenye ulikuwa unasema hutaki kununua.
Okay.
But basically,
Mhm.
overconfidence is one of the problems.
Mhm.
Then there are other issues like lack of knowledge.
Mhm.
So sometimes when you do not know, then you find yourself, you have trusted people who you thought they're genuine and they're trying to help you.
Mhm.
You might eventually find yourself that you bought something that was not existing,
Mhm.
simply because you do not know the steps, you do not know what to look for, you do not know where
Mhm.
to go, and all those kind of things.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, let's do this. Today we may not be able now to talk about everything that concerns now hiyo kununua hewa, but I just want us now to talk about that very last point yenye umemaliza nayo,
Mhm.
ya lack of information,
Yes.
hiyo lack of that knowledge.
Yes.
Please, it's kind of kulingana vile umesema ni kama kuna zile steps ambazo
Mhm.
zinafaa kufuatwa ili mtu aweze kununua a plot.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll really want us today to first of all focus on that. Then from there, the next time
Mhm.
we are going now to talk about the others. So please, which are those steps that we need now to follow for us now to acquire a plot?
All right.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Now, it's very important that we follow a certain procedure.
Mhm.
The same way you desire to go and do something, you
Mhm.
start by preparing yourself.
Mhm.
You start by understanding what do I need to do at what point,
Mhm.
what do I need to have,
Mhm.
and all that.
Okay.
It's the same things that we should prepare ourselves for when
Mhm.
we are investing in real estate.
Mhm.
And this will help us
Mhm.
that even before you put your money into the business, you put your money into that property,
Mhm.
you have understood the process all along.
Mhm.
Because we normally what we are very careful about
Mhm.
is the loss of your hard-earned money,
True.
which is actually, as I was saying,
Mhm.
on the other side of the story is there are people who are out there looking for that money.
Na
So-
hakuna kitu inauma kama umetafuta pesa all that long, then mtu akuja apite nayo tu just like that.
Exactly. Ukikaa vibaya kuna mtu atapita nayo. Kwake ni biashara.
And
So-
especially, sorry for interrupting, lakini kuna mtu niliona mahali akisema
Mhm.
kila basi ambayo inatoka mashambani ikikuja town inakuja na wajinga wangapi? Wanne. So focus yake inakwanga kwa hao wajinga, and that's where he makes now the money from.
It's an opportunity. Yeah, it's an opportunity for somebody anaona hawa hawaelewi. So mimi lazima niingililie so I can get out something out of it.
Okay.
Which is quite unfortunate for
Mhm.
for especially in the real estate business.
Mhm.
Now, let tuongelee the steps, stages zile mtu anafaa kupitia
Uh-huh.
so that we try and avoid the loopholes in real estate investment.
Okay.
So the first thing I have always said is you need to understand where you are coming from first
Mhm.
and your needs when you are going to invest in real estate.
Mhm.
For example, tuseme
Mhm.
I want to to build a commercial house.
Okay.
So that is, I'm trying to define my need.
Mm-hmm.
I need something, a property that I can develop into a commercial house.
Okay.
That is one. Then I also should look and understand
Mm-hmm.
how much money do I have to spend. In terms of finances, how much am I able to raise to buy that commercial property?
Mm-hmm.
That will help me to determine and to understand where can I
Mm-hmm.
look for my property.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically what is happening is you cannot buy what you can't afford. You get yourself into problems.
Yeah.
So let me understand first, this is the amount of money I'm able to raise
Mm-hmm.
to finance my project.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your budget.
Mm-hmm.
After that, after you have done that,
Mm-hmm.
then you should go into the next step and say, I want to buy, for example, I want to develop a commercial property
Mm-hmm.
in Wetavia,
Mm-hmm.
for example.
Mm-hmm.
Normally,
Mm-hmm.
the prices in this area will range from a certain point. For example, let's say from 1.5 to 3 million.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will sit down and ask myself, do I have 1.5 or do I have 2 million or do I have 3 million or I have 5 million
Mm-hmm.
to spend on this particular project?
Mm-hmm.
This will help me in this way. It will help me in determining where do I go when I'm looking for properties. Because you cannot go looking for every manner of property. You need to understand this is my interest.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm at the knock-off stage, I will only concentrate with the properties that are within my criteria, within my budget.
Mm-hmm.
So after I have said that, I have determined those two factors, I will go now to the field.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most important factors I've always insisted on is don't buy something you have not seen.
Mm-hmm.
And in this sense, make sure you have gone to the site at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
So call your properties, they are selling plots in maybe in Wetavia or whichever your area of interest is. Then they will take you to the site for site visit. You will determine and see what exactly is on sale. And there are factors that we will discuss a bit later on what you should be observing when you are going to the site. Because normally what we say is, mashamba iko na definite boundaries. You don't go to see the general area. Of course, the general area is very important because you need to see the kind of infrastructure in that area. You need to see the kind of the development. You need to see the access roads. You need to see where power is and drainage and all those things.
Okay.
But you also need to understand and see the specific property that you intend to buy. And a specific property will always have demarcated ends. Beacons, as we have known them, from one end to the other. Understand where the beacons are, get to know from which point to which point, get to understand the size, get to understand where the roads are, where the power line is, water, sewer line if it's there, and all those things. Then after that, you'll be in a position to say, I have seen a plot I can pursue.
Okay.
Because you have seen a specific thing.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you see a general area, because that's actually one of the biggest problems also. People go out and see general area. Then you feel like you're buying something within a general area. And the other people who will not really defraud you, but you'll buy a plot in a very nice area, only to realize that the plot you bought was not in that particular area, but in another
area.
different area. So see and identify this particular plot on the ground as a specific place, so that you do not come again and realize, oh, I bought a plot in this very nice area, well drained, only to find your plot is in a marshy area and not well drained.
So you're saying that when I go now for the site visit, I need now to go and see the actual land that I want to buy.
Yes, the actual and the specific. Because basically what we are saying is, for example, when you go to Wetavia, you realize there are plots being sold by different people, different entities.
True.
So among the many, one is what invested in. Or maybe this particular seller is selling one. So you need to identify that particular one. And you do that in two ways. You identify that particular plot on the field, on the ground, and also on the map.
Okay.
so that there will be no changes later when you realize that what you saw on the ground
Mhm.
is different from what is on the map.
Mhm.
So you must be very careful and identify, make sure you identify those two,
Mhm.
and they should correspond basically.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was now on the site visit.
Yes.
And to some extent, you've said that you know to so that you can at least be very much conversant.
Mhm.
You need to at least do twice
Yes.
site visits.
After you're gone for the first site visit, I always recommend that go for a second one. Now without agent. The things you do not understand when you know what normally happens.
Uh-huh.
For example, us who are in this business,
Mm-hmm.
we have timelines.
True.
I'll tell you, let's go for a site visit. I know I will spend that minutes with you.
Uh-huh.
So I will go show you exactly what I need you to see.
Uh-huh.
Then I will tell you that is it.
Mhm.
Can we go?
Can we go back?
So the second site visit is normally
Uh-huh.
you are going at your own pace
Uh-huh.
with your own, I mean, with your means and time.
Uh-huh.
So you are able to follow
Uh-huh.
and see other things that maybe you did not see that time.
Okay.
You'll go around that area,
Mhm.
wherever you want.
Mhm.
See the area,
Mhm.
have to understand the local area in terms of the power lines, the roads,
Uh-huh.
where are the shops,
Uh-huh.
maybe where is the chief in this area,
Uh-huh.
there are dams in this area, where are I mean the sewer lines,
Uh-huh.
and all those things.
Okay.
What is near here? Is there a school?
Uh-huh.
Is there maybe a shopping center? Is there a petrol station?
Uh-huh.
What manner of buildings are in this area? Who are the people who live in this area?
Okay.
You'll have all the time when you are on
Mhm.
to survey and understand all that.
Mhm.
It will give you a few things to ponder, to help you to understand the area, not as an investor now, but as somebody who wants to part of that community.
Okay.
To also help you to understand,
Mhm.
will my investment work in this particular place?
Mhm.
Because you have time, you can research.
Mhm.
How much, for example, if you are doing the into houses,
Mhm.
how much are they facing? I would want to do 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom houses.
Mhm.
Only to go into that particular area, do my survey and realize
Mhm.
2 bedrooms are not in demand. They are
Okay.
doing 1 bedroom or they are doing bed sitters.
Okay.
That will help me again to strategize
Mhm.
and understand, do I really want to go into
Mhm.
bed sitters, or should I move from this place and go to where
Mhm.
2 bedrooms are in demand?
Okay.
Yes.
So now you are now on the second point. You said the first one was on preparations,
Yes.
and now on the site visit.
Yes.
Now after now the site visit, what next?
Now, if you get certified
Uh-huh.
that whatever you have seen is okay, will
Mhm.
work for you,
Mhm.
and your written background search has told you it is okay to proceed,
Mhm.
I've always advised people now go to the second official point, which is doing an official
Mhm.
search.
Mhm.
You get a copy of the document. In this
Mhm.
case, we are talking about a title deed.
Mhm.
Get a copy from the seller.
Mhm.
Now you can fill in the search forms from the Ministry of Lands in your
Okay.
local registry.
Uh-huh.
Then attach a copy of your ID and a
Mhm.
copy of your PIN,
Mhm.
and deposit it with the ministry.
Okay.
Maybe within a day or 3,
Mhm.
you'll get the search results out, the official search results.
Mhm.
This will tell you that this shaba is clear
Mhm.
for transaction or it is not.
Mhm.
If it's clear for transaction, then you can move to the next level.
Uh-huh.
If it is not clear, if there are problems in terms of their loans, their equivalences, their disputes,
Mhm.
there are all manner of challenges that will appear in your search, then you should not proceed from that point.
Okay. Now on the search,
Yes.
you've talked of now on the Ministry of Lands.
Yes.
Let's assume that I reside in Muranga. The land that I want to, or intend now to purchase is in Wetavia.
Yes.
Now, can I do my search anywhere, or there is that very specific place that I have now to go and conduct my, my search? In this context, the Ministry of Lands operates as one.
Yes.
So can I go to any specific, or else can I go to any office of the Ministry of Lands, or else there is that very specific office that I have now to go to and
All right.
conduct my search?
Thank you for that question. Now,
Uh-huh.
title deeds have specific registries.
Okay.
And actually, it is written for every title deed. Down there on the first page, down there, it always indicate which registry should go to.
Okay.
If it is Thika, they write Thika registry. Now we have another one in Ruiro, they write Ruiro registry. It is Muranga, it is in Muranga registry.
Okay.
Why? Because they are what we call the mother documents, the originating documents. They reside with a particular registry. That is why you cannot do a search from a property in Thika. You go do it in Muranga. Otherwise, the guys in Muranga will not have any information, the background information to help you in your search. They'll actually refer you to the local registry, which is holding the background information, the original information in terms of transactions. Where did this shamba come from? Who are the owners? Then who have been the consequent owners over time?
Okay.
Which is the information we normally find in a document known as the green card. That will always only be found in your local registry. And don't worry about it. The title will always indicate which registry that title belongs to.
Okay.
So once you have seen that, go to that particular registry to make your work easier.
So now we assume okay. I want us now to just touch a little bit on the entire process. So we'll come now to go into details on each one of them at a later stage, but not today. We may not be able now to cover up everything.
Right.
So now we were on the official search.
Yes.
After now the official search.
Now, after that, you can now engage a lawyer, get yourself a wakili, who will help you to draft a sale agreement, advise you on the do's and don'ts, so that you can proceed with the sale process. Yes. The wakili is coming in because there are things that you would have agreed with the owner, which are not consistent in law. So the wakili will come and listen to what you have agreed with the owner. And it's important by that to know that if you get to the wakili, you would have agreed on something with the owner. That is in terms of price, payment terms, and all those, and a timeline. So once you get the wakili, you get the same information with the wakili. For example, I'm selling a piece of land at 1 million. We have agreed to pay 1 million cash. That is lump sum.
Okay.
We have also agreed if you go to the boat, the RAD boat consent after a week, after a month. For example, you also still have agreed you can pay a payment, and we do the balance in 6 months or 1 month, whichever duration you have agreed, and we have agreed this and this needs to be taken care of. The beacons that need to be replaced, there are issues that need to be straightened out. All that information now you have to share again with the lawyer. Once you have shared with the lawyer, they will advise you accordingly.
Okay.
Sometimes you find that information is good, but it's not consistent with what is new. For example, I've seen people want to do ransom payment, which is okay. But after that, you should understand what comes after that. You should now again, if you are paying everything, you should also, as a buyer, get all the documents that will help you in terms of transferring that property into your name immediately as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll get yourself into a position whereby you have paid the seller, they have gone, they have taken a month, 2 months, or a year. They have not given you the documentation to transfer the title into your name.
Okay.
And it might bring conflict. So the wakili will be in a position to advise you. If you want to go into this direction, then in law, we have said pay a deposit, then get the other documents from the seller. Once they have brought the documentation, then you can finish the difference.
Okay.
But basically, the wakili will listen to what you have agreed with the buyer, with the seller in this case, and they will advise you accordingly. Yes.
So now that was on step number 4.
Yes.
Engaging now the lawyer.
Yes.
After engaging the lawyer, what next?
Now, after engaging the lawyer, and they have listened to what you have agreed with the lawyer, maybe or maybe not is consistent with what is in law, then they will draft a sale agreement, saying the same thing. Of course, now in the legal jargon, they will draft the same. We normally they say they reduce it into writing. After they have reduced it into writing, you'll have a chance to read and understand. This is what we said, and we have actually captured the same
Mhm.
in writing.
Okay.
Now, they will advise you if that is the correct position,
Uh-huh.
then again, depending with what you have agreed in terms of payment plan and all such,
Mhm.
you can now sign
Mhm.
and do maybe a deposit or pay in
Okay.
whichever money you have agreed
Mhm.
and which is inconsistent with the law.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is now the signing of the drafting of the sale agreement,
Yes.
and you continue now with the paying.
Yes.
Do you have anything else? Then the
Now,
next step?
after you have signed, for example, if you have agreed, you are doing the process. You are paying, for example, you are paying the whole amount.
Uh-huh.
Then the next thing should be
Mhm.
you should book
Mhm.
for the RAD consent board.
Uh-huh.
RAD consent board,
Uh-huh.
because in this sense,
Uh-huh.
when you're talking about freehold properties,
Uh-huh.
freehold tenure,
Mhm.
it means you must obtain the consent to transfer.
Mhm.
The consent transfer
Mhm.
will be obtained from the RAD board. The RAD control board
Mhm.
in your local area,
Mhm.
which normally the chairman is normally the DCC in that particular area.
Okay.
So you will book for that RAD control board
Mhm.
so that you can obtain consent.
Mhm.
Once you have obtained consent,
Mhm.
then you can go back now
Mhm.
together with the seller.
Mhm.
You can deposit the balance, then you sign the transfer document. The seller will sign the transfer document and attach every other necessary document for the transfer of that particular property into your name.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we have the land now by that is to me who have been buying up to that point. Do I have the land?
Up to that point, you are almost getting into the.
So there is still another
There's
step.
still another step,
Uh,
because now after you have gotten the RAD board consent,
uh-huh.
you have gotten the transfer duly filled and signed,
Uh-huh.
both the buyer and the seller,
Uh-huh.
with passport photos, IDs, pins, and everything.
Mhm.
Then you need to also to go to the next step,
Mhm.
which is actually transfer now that data from the seller's name into your name. Now,
Mhm.
at this point, you need now again to go back to the Ministry of RAD,
Mhm.
because they are the custodian of this particular document.
True.
Now you present the original title,
Uh-huh.
and then the field forms, the transfer forms,
Uh-huh.
and then after that they'll go back. They'll get into their what we call they have a department that will get you to assess. The valuation department will help you to assess the duty that is due on that particular property.
Okay.
For example, if it been a municipality, 4% of that value. If it is outside what you used to know as municipalities, then they will charge you 2% of the value as stamp duty.
Okay.
After you have paid, now they can continue. They can go ahead and transfer the title from the seller's name into your name.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, and at that point, now you have the title deed.
Yes. Once they're done with the process, they will issue you with a title that is bearing your name, and then up to that point, you are a proud RAD owner.
Now, I think there is a lot that we need now to learn concerning this process.
Yes.
Because up to where I am, be guaranteed I've not gotten everything. So we need now, as I said, we need now to visit into each and every step.
Yes.
Slowly by slowly. There are some very many what we call as jargon names that have been mentioned that hata mimi mwenyewe sijazipata zingine, so sijui kama next time nitakuja na nikuje na dictionary alafu nikuje na mwalimu wa Kiingereza ili pia mimi nielewe. Yeah, so now that we have the title deed,
yes,
I would request that for today we first of all stop it at that. Then from there, the next time we'll be able now to visit some of those jargon words. Now, I think the very main issue in the lands have been now on these companies that deal with real estates. Now, you've said that you come from properties.
yes.
Now, why do you still have to go into company,
Mhm.
less nowadays everyone is so much scared about the organizations. Can you please instill some confidence to our viewers
Mhm.
in regard now to enjoy properties?
All right.
In other words,
Mhm.
do we follow that due diligence at enjoy properties, or else how do you handle this case of someone purchasing a land from the organization,
All right.
uh-huh,
Thank you
or
very
else
much.
with you?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
it's very important to clarify and to make sure that we also understand where we are.
Okay.
Now, at Enjoy Properties,
Uh-huh.
I will tell you you are safe. As an investor, you are safe.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Uh-huh.
Because one thing we have desired and one thing we have made our goal is that we want to do this business for long.
Mhm.
We are not what we call the hit and run company.
Okay.
We want, as I've said, we have been in this business for quite some time.
Uh-huh.
We know the ins and outs, we
Uh-huh.
know the problems, we know the solutions to these things.
Uh-huh.
Because we do, in that sense, we have decided not to complicate the life of investors anymore.
Uh-huh.
So we have made it a very conscious decision in this sense that when we are selling something,
Uh-huh.
we have already done a due diligence on the same,
Okay.
making sure that when our investor, when you are advertising it, when you are marketing it,
Mhm.
whoever is coming in to buy is
Mhm.
already safe.
Okay.
And just in case we might not have seen anything, we will always advise if we understand
Mhm.
that there's something that has come up somewhere,
Mhm.
then can we pause on this
Mhm.
process
Mhm.
before we get ourselves into problems.
Mhm.
But what we have always done is, from what we have run over the years, is that we can tell you for sure this deal is okay, this one is not.
Mhm.
And if it is not, there are issues A, B, C, D that needs to be sorted so that you can move to the next level.
Okay.
Some of these issues are the same issues we are talking about. We will not let you buy a product you have not seen, because we need you to be confident this is what I bought from Enjoy Properties.
Mhm.
We will not sell you properties that have no titles, no clear documentation from this point to this point,
Mhm.
because we don't want you to have problems after that. Because what you have seen over time is
Mhm.
there are people who are buying a lot of properties without even any search.
Mhm.
Then they come back and cry, you are having problems and all those stories.
Mhm.
Yet they did not do their basic
Mhm.
due diligence. So we have tried to put a stop to those problems by
Okay.
making sure that we have put our house in order.
Mhm.
When you come in as an investor,
Mhm.
you will not have problems
Mhm.
going at there are issues that there are people who are claiming the same shamba, all those stories.
Mhm.
Those stories you not hear with Enjoy Properties.
So that is one. Anything else that differentiates you from the rest of the organizations?
Yes. We also not rush you into the process. We
Uh-huh.
will let you take the baby steps. If you
Uh-huh.
don't understand anything, we explain until you understand.
Uh-huh.
Because another problem you realize with people who have gotten con that were pressured into making very fast decisions.
Uh-huh.
They don't want you to think, because once you start thinking, you realize their mistakes.
Uh-huh.
But at this at Enjoy Properties, we'll
Mhm.
give you time to understand what exactly are you doing. We
Mhm.
will not push you and rush you into paying,
Mhm.
so that you understand and you know I'm committing myself into this, and this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, thank you so much for all that. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
It has been a wonderful time. But before I continue, before you even finish,
Yes.
there is this question that has come in.
Mhm.
Kuna mtu ameuliza,
Mhm.
ameniambia, naitwa Martin Nderi, ananiambia
Mhm.
muulize if a lawyer is the one doing due diligence on behalf of the buyer
Mhm.
and the transaction, and after the transaction is complete,
Mhm.
then you find out you have been defrauded. Who is liable?
The wakili is normally reliable.
At that point.
Yes.
So,
If they did the due diligence for you,
uh-huh,
then you realize that you have been defrauded.
uh-huh.
Then the wakili is answerable.
So meaning that wakili coming there, kama vile sasa kuna kuanga na umenunua gari kwa barabara, then umeichukulia insurance. So in case of any accident, in case of any risk, the insurance is then how to absorb the shock.
Especially when you're talking about the due diligence. I know there are lawyers who will not do due diligence for you, We only ensure that documentation is proper.
Okay.
In that case,
Mhm.
then you cannot blame the wakili
Mhm.
if you realize the other problems.
Mhm.
But if the wakili took over the job from the word go, but the people who are helping the search and all those, the background search and every manner of due diligence,
Mhm.
then in that case, they are dry.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. But before we wind up,
Yes.
can you please tell us more who you're located at? Because I'm very sure there is someone who've gotten something and would like to come maybe do some inquiry or else maybe anataka kununua shamba na amesikia maybe kuna kitu umeguza ikamfurahia naweza taka kukuja kwako. And apart from that, tuambie kama you also offer consultations and all that.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, we are based in Katau. We have an office right in Thika Town. Neema Plaza sits right next to Thika Bazaar. Thika Bazaar is popular not because of Pizza Inn. So we are right next to that house, Neema Plaza, third floor. We are at room number 37. We are room number 37. You can always find us in that building. We also online the social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Enjoy Properties. We are Instagram. We are TikTok. We also have our website www.enjoyproperties.co.ke. So you can find us online. Our online presence is there. We also have phone numbers. Somebody can call and actually reach us on the phone numbers. You can use the number 0769 400 244.
0769
Yes.
400
244.
244.
Yes.
0769 400 244.
Yes.
Yes. So now, but there is something else that we've forgotten now. Tumesema mambo na nini na kununua and all that. But can you tell us whether you have now currently kuna ile project yenye unaweza sema sasa now this is for the Enjoy Properties which is open now to the public. The public can come and acquire.
Yes. We actually have a lot of them. We have 9 projects happening right now. But maybe we can talk about a few of them today.
Okay.
We have Sunrise Gardens. Sunrise Gardens is in Goriba. Goriba along the Garissa Road.
Okay.
1.5 kilometers from Tamak, next to Matuda Secondary. It's actually opposite Matuda Secondary. We have some 40 by 80 plots with ready titles that we are currently selling at 400. And we also have another project in Kambiti. Kambiti is in Makoyo along the new Keno Marua highway. These plots are basically 300 meters from the highway behind Kambiti Secondary. For those people who know Kambiti Secondary. So we are selling at 500. We have some 3 plots remaining. We also have another project in Tora. Tora is right here next to Goingwa, behind Mangu High School.
Okay.
And the new ZTech University Vitadia campus, basically about 2 kilometers from Thika Super Highway. We have some 40 by 80 plots that we are currently selling at 1.55, and the prices are negotiable. We also have other projects in Matu. We have projects in Bia Farm. We have a project in Kidimani, and even Maya Gardens in Kanyonyo. So you cannot miss a property from 150,000 all the way to 2.1 million. So in that range, you have a lot of variety to choose from.
Okay.
Yes.
So
and
now,
let me say this. We have very very affordable payment plans. Because we realize the economy is not doing very well.
True.
So we're also trying to come in and help the buyer to buy what we are selling. So you can comfortably afford to pay a 40% deposit. Then the balance you can pay within 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
If you feel that is not okay with you, you may need more time. We also have the titles. So in that case, you can do bank financing. In this instance, when we have partnered with some banks like I&M, National Bank of Kenya, Equity Bank, and KCB, you can get to pay between 20 and 30% deposit, and the balance the bank will finance, and you can pay the bank in up to 4 years. Okay. So that will give you more time to pay for what you want to invest in. So karibuni sana.
Wow, thank you so much for your time. It has been a wonderful time trying now to explain the process of acquiring land and properties here from our very own, director, the boss from Enjoy Properties. Is a real estate consultant dealing with real estate and everything to do with that. Apart from that, maybe there is something that you mentioned. Maybe before I wind up, before I allow you to go and have lunch.
Yes.
You talked about rent, rent and all that. Do you as well deal with rent?
Yes, yes. We have our property management department. We're also doing rent. So kama uko na nyumba inakupea pressure, bring it to us. Tutakusaidia. We will solve you in the matters of tenants, filling in vacant houses, rent collection, and everything. We are full house. We can help you deal with those matters at the comfort of your house.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
So anything else? Any parting shots?
I'll just say this. What we need to do as an investor is to ride on the shoulders of the people who have done it before. That's where we come in. We have the experience, we have knowledge, and we will help you to ride on our shoulders so that you will not make mistakes when it comes to real estate investment and everything.
Wow. Thank you so much. At least I've heard it now from the horse's mouth. Tumeelezewa the entire process of acquiring a land. So in case you're there now, you are fearing now to acquire a land, do not fear again. Usiogope tena. Because we've been outlined, it has been outlined so clearly for us, the actual process. And to insist hapa ni, before you acquire any land, please ensure that you follow that entire process. And I believe Enjoy Properties are there now to come and make you go through all that process from the start all the way to the end. So this is a place that you can be able now to trust and be able now to invest in. So do not worry now again about your investment, about your money. Your money now, your investment is in safe hands with Enjoy Properties. From from where I stand, where I sit, I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you for always being tuned in. Leo nimeona mkicomplain about the sound kidogo, but a big guarantee the next one, the next time will be very, very clear. I'm going to work on it right now. My technical team leo imenifail kidogo, but within the very short time I'll be able now to work on it. In case umeweza kutupata tukiwa katikati, today we're talking about the investments, and because I may not be able now to go back and analyze everything, this video will be available on DJ Nan TV YouTube channel. So please ensure that you go there and subscribe. I'm going to place it there today, so that at least you can be able now to watch it out. So kutoka hapa sina mengine mengi. Ensure that you follow us on Facebook, DJ Nan the Smartest MC, so that for any other vlog coming up, you'll be able now to follow it up. Na nikimalizia niseme, hii sio ya mwisho. Sasa hapa hii ni discussion ambayo tumeweza kuanzisha, and we are going to move with it all the way to the end to ensure that kila mtu ameweza kuelewa vile unafaa kufanya ili uweze kupata shamba ambayo ni halali kabisa. Otherwise, thank you so much. May God bless you, and to everyone who've been watching. Mko wengi sana. Then Dedan Kimathi, Charles Mwangi, Martin Derry, and everyone else. Nilikuwa nimeona Abi na watu wengine wengi sana, and all the sharers. Sijui kama nitaweza kupata hizi post zote. Gitoero, how are you? Ati ni kizungu lazima mimi kuongea kizungu sana. Joyce Karethi, Damaris Njoroge, Virginia Njeri, Fiden Waeni, and all those Harrison, Miles, Moniki Edge, Rose, Elise Lopez. Lopez, we have Kifreke Konyoade Elito, and everyone, Masi Chepkemoi. Mko wengi, Faith Moturi, Jen Karanja, Dropfex, Gabua Idhaka, Beniz, and everyone who've tuned in. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Till we meet again, salute. Thank you so much. Santi. Thank you so much.